Most people think when they leave a cult that things is going to be easier. Life is going to be better. Things is going to be sunny and rainbows since you left the cult. And you think because you left the cult that you left the cult is over. I can put this behind me as if nothing ever happened, but it doesn't work like that. Leaving a cult was only step one. And it's a very long, drawn out process. So, if you were brainwashed, you are in a cult, you're prepping to leave a cult. I'm making this video to show you what you can potentially run up against and what it's going to be like. And I'm also giving you guys solutions on how to deal with these as they come to you while you're on your journey. So, if you don't know who the fuck I am, my name is Will. I'm a cult survivor. I was part of a very toxic Hebrew Israelite religion that was based out of Tennessee. The name of that cult is Straightway Truth Ministries. So the reason why I'm bringing that out, I really never did wanted to put that in my channel, but I want to show you guys where I've been from, where I came from. Where I've been from. I don't even sound right. I want to show you guys where I came from and where I'm at now, and show you guys that just because you were in a cult and you experience something dark, that just because that happened to you, you can still overcome that and be a better human being. So, I am not a licensed therapist. I am not a licensed psychiatrist. I give advice based on my own personal experience from being in a cult, and I'm showing you guys the things I did to heal from this while I was in the cult. So, what will happen? What happens after you leave a cult? Number one, I got a list of things you would experience, and I'm going to give you solutions on how to deal with each one as it comes. Number one, when you leave a cult, you will feel incredibly lost, and you will feel like you have no direction in life. And the crazy part about this whole thing right here, this part was very difficult because all the way up until when I left that cult, I noticed a pattern about my life. And the pattern that I noticed about my life, everything that I believed in, my ideology, my beliefs, everything about me, my identity, all of that was chosen for me. I was told what to think, how to behave, what kind of career you should have. Everything was shaped for me. And now when I left that cult, it felt like I left that cult. Leaving that cult, I ended up going down the atheist route, the atheist agnostic route. I didn't want to do religion no more. So now when I was in that situation, it kind of felt weird once I left the cult. Because I'm like, yo, I ain't got to listen to a pastor no more. I got freedom. But what ended up happening is, once I started to live life on my own terms, I started to feel scared. Because I felt nervous, because I was brainwashed to believe I need a leader in my life, aka a pastor, a preacher. I needed a pastor to tell me what to think. And I was brainwashed with that. So when I left, I had a little problem. I kind of felt a little bit of loss, like, man. And if you just left a cult and you left religion, these are some of the things you're going to experience. So one of the ways I helped myself through this process, I started to question everything. All the beliefs, all the ideologies, everything that I was taught about life. I went back and I questioned it. And I asked myself, I started with the Bible. Where does this come from? Who wrote this? Why did they write this? And I added an extra question. Is it beneficial for me to believe this? And once I went there, it just took off. And now for the first time in my life, I had power to choose what I want to believe and what I want to live my life by. And one of the ways you beat this, because when you leave a cult, you're going to be used to. When you leave a cult or a religion, you've been trained to think you need somebody to tell you what to do. And how you do this, you first start questioning every belief that you ever was taught. And chose what makes sense to your soul. Do what is natural to your soul. And become your own leader of your life. Make decisions about your own life and don't second guess. Become your own leader. Number 2. I got my notes following with y'all time. This ties into number 1. When you leave a cult, you will have a hard time trusting yourself. And this part right here is very difficult, man. Because when I left the cult, one of the things that made it hard for me to trust myself, because when I was in religion all the way up to like 16 years old, all the way up till I was 33. And at that time, I was taught my beliefs didn't matter. My intuition was evil. I had pastors used to always preach, lean not to your own understanding. Ignore your thoughts, only focus on his. Ignore your thoughts and your wants and the things that you feel. Only focus on God's will for your life, and that's it. Nothing else. And that made it kind of hard for me to trust myself. I had to learn how to trust my own intuition. And then on top of that, once you realize that you allowed yourself to be manipulated by a cult, it makes it extremely fucking difficult, because it's like, man, when it comes to you making decisions about joining groups, dating, once you realize you was manipulated into joining the cult, you become paranoid, because it's like, man, I already made a bad mistake once. I joined a cult. So now you start to get paranoid, like, I hope I don't make the wrong decision. I hope I'm not joining the cult again. So how I overcame that, when it came to me making decisions, I started making small decisions, and I just went with it. I didn't question anything. I started with small things. I started, if I make this decision, because, when you're in religion, you are taught to just obey. Have blind faith. And when you're in religion or in a cult, questioning things, that's against. When you question something in religion or in a cult, that means punishment. And then if you make the wrong mistake, that's even worse. You got public shame, guilt trips, people lashing out at you. So I started making decisions in my life. I started off small, and I started allowing myself to make mistakes. Like, hey, I'm going to make mistakes. Like, one of the examples of, I wanted to talk about my story when it came to being in the cult, but I was kind of nervous about putting this out there, because I didn't want to get into because everybody that leave the cult that I left, they get into a shouting match, a shouting match. That cult, you make a video about the cult, then they come out, you making videos about you, people saying shit, people being negative. So I was stuck. Like, I want to tell people and bring awareness to this issue, but I don't want to do that. So I started the channel and I started talking about it. I said, you know what? Whatever happens, happen. Whatever happens, happen. At least I was brave and bold to do that. And if I make mistakes in this process, so be it. Mistakes are a part of life. So learn how to make decisions and embrace failure. And realize that you are a human being and your thoughts are meaningful. Your intuition is not evil. Because let me tell you something. You know how your intuition is not evil? When you was in the church, you started to realize the pastor, the Bible, you started realizing that shit was off. And you started questioning it, right? And guess what helped you do that? Your goddamn intuition. So learn how to develop your intuition. If something don't feel right or something is going against your moral compass, that's usually a sign telling you not to do it. Follow that. Number 3. You would experience extreme loneliness and you will be misunderstood. See, when you was a part of that cult, when I was a part of that cult I was a part of, I had people that I really genuinely loved. I had some really good friendships. But when I left the cult, and I left that cult, and I ain't had nobody around me, those same people that I thought I was going to know them, I thought I was going to be around those people for the rest of my life. And some of those friendships actually felt like genuine friendships and family. But when I left, those same relationships and friendships, those people became my enemy. They became my fucking enemy. And going through that is difficult. Like, wait a minute, we was tight. All because I left. And then I left the cult. It was a misunderstanding. I had no way to defend myself. A leader said I did some shit and everybody went with it. And I couldn't even explain myself. It was just like, well, the leader is right. Fuck what you gotta say. And people turned on me. Next, when you leave that cult, it's gonna be like, when I left the cult and when I left religion as a whole, I'm in this process now with this loneliness, because when you leave that, when you are in a religion, you are in a box. You see the world through that box. So when you step out of that box, you have people that's going to try to bring your ass back to that box. So when I'm having a hard time making friends, I'm having a hard time with dating, because I done had dates where the date be going good, and then we get on a religious point, and it's like, hey, I don't really care about religion. I don't want to go back to religion. And then I tell them, hey, I was in the cult. And then I tell them my experience, and I show them the cult I was a part of, and then they start looking at me as if I'm a cult leader. I'm like, I was a victim of this shit. And they start looking at me like I'm a cult leader. And then some people will say, well, don't let that cult destroy your relationship with God. And it's like, bruh, I don't want religion. Me believing in religion is what introduced me to this cult in the fucking first place. So now you will have people that won't date you all because you're atheist, or you're agnostic. I'm an agnostic atheist. You will have people that won't shit to do with you. Other thing, this is long. Just stick with me. Another thing you would experience, when you start to think for yourself, you become dangerous. And especially as a black man, a free-thinking black man in America is a threat. So when you start to get out of that religious box, for me, I have a hard time connecting with other black people. It's like you know how black people that are down south, they love their Bible and their religion and Southern Baptists and all that type of shit. So when I tell folks, hey, I'm not religious, I don't care for that, people make it seem like I'm the fucking devil. And it's like, you don't even understand why I got to this point. And if you are a person that's a person of color, when you start thinking for yourself and you get out of the matrix of religion, it's going to be people trying to force you back into that box. And this right here, this is one of the things, this is the difficult part, but when you are dealing with this loneliness, it's going to cause you to be lonely. So while you being in this isolation period of your life, you know what you do? Use this time to build yourself up. Use this time to actually heal from the cult. Use this time to be a better person. Like, focus on a skill. Go back to school. Use this time while you're alone to lose weight. In due time, the people that's meant to fit in your life, they're going to come to you. Number 4. This is a long video. Just stick with me, guys. You will experience anger and rage. See, one of the things that when I left that cult, Straightway Truth Ministries, the thing that was so difficult about that, when I left, I had a person that basically lied on me. And it was a misunderstanding. It was something that happened out of my control. So it was rumors that were spreaded. Oh, he left the faith. He did this. You know how people operate in cults? I had people that kind of did me, like, they kind of did me fucking wrong. And I couldn't defend myself. Nobody would believe my story. So I went away quiet. And while you going through somebody is lying on you and blaming you for shit, that is one of the painful things because you can't get no get back. You sitting back watching them live their life. They ain't sorry for what they did. They don't fucking care. And that right there would cause extreme rage. And you got people that you used to know. People that used to reach out to you from that same cult. I got people that live in my city that's a part of that cult. When they see these people was my so-called homies. When they see me now, it's like they seen a ghost coming down the street. I got people that was a part of that cult. When they see me, it's like they see a fucking ghost coming down. It's like I'm the devil himself coming down the street. And I'm like, I ain't did shit. Nobody never reached out to hear my side of the fucking story. Now I don't really give a fuck about it, but I went through a period where I was extremely angry. I was pissed off. And how I got through that, see me, I work out. So I lift weights and I started just working. I started putting all that anger into becoming the best version of myself. And how I dealt with that, the people, because when you leave a cult, people say, hey, I had a leader text my phone and tell me I'm going to hell. I'm going back to the slums. I'm going back to the dirt. A leader actually texted my phone that. So what I did, I said, you know what? Hey, I'm not finna argue with this motherfucker. How I'm gonna get back at that son of a bitch, I'm gonna become the motherfucker they never thought I would become. I'm gonna be the motherfucker they counted me out. They wish death on me. They hope I go to hell. I'm gonna become the motherfucker you thought I couldn't become. I'm gonna improve my life in every area. I'm gonna be the motherfucker you thought I couldn't become. And that's the same thing I want you guys to adopt that same attitude. Let them talk all the shit. Let them say what they gonna say and become the person they never saw coming. Number 5. This is a big one. I should have put this shit number 1. But when you leave a cult, you start to see what other people notice and miss. See, when I was in the cult, when I left the cult, when I realized I was dealing with a cult, I started reading books about cults. I read the 48 Laws of Power. I studied manipulation, how manipulation works, how cult leaders use manipulation. And basically, I became like a self-proclaimed expert because I wanted to make sure that I never allow myself, I wanted to let people know. That's my train of thought. Hold on. So I started studying cult stuff and manipulation. And I wanted to make sure I never experienced that shit again. I wanted to make sure I never allow myself to get taken advantage of again. I wanted to make sure I never experienced something like that because me joining that cult, thank God, thank heavens, whatever is up there, thank the universe, God, whatever fuck up there, but I am thankful that wasn't a murderous cult. I could have lost my life fucking with them. And I wanted to put myself on game of what to recognize when somebody is trying to manipulate me, somebody is trying to do me wrong, how to know if somebody's trying to gaslight me and all that shit. And when you master that goddamn skill right there, it's going to make life extremely difficult because here's how it's going to make it difficult. You notice what other motherfuckers don't see. It's a lot of people walking around, they are unaware, and they falling for scams, indoctrination, left and right, and they not even aware this is happening to them. And you see this shit, and you try to tell folks like, nah, I see they be like, hey, watch this YouTube content creator, watch this person or talk to this person. And I started looking like, yo, this person is this is a narcissist. This is a manipulator. This is a Ponzi fucking scheme. This is bullshit. And it's going to make you extremely paranoid. It becomes a blessing and a curse. And when you deal with this, you got to understand that, hey, everybody is not out to get you. Hey, don't close yourself off to the world. You will experience heartbreaks and all that. It's a part of life. We need it to grow. And don't let this phase of the journey make you lose your fucking mind. Because this can cause depression. This can make you miserable. But learn how, hey, go back out there. It's people out there that genuinely want to be around you. Don't let yourself turn into a fucking lunatic. And just be aware, but don't turn into a fucking hermit. I already covered that one. But I'm going to go ahead and say this anyway. Number 6, you will have people trying to pull you back in. And when you leave religion or you leave a cult, it's going to be people making it seem like you are going to hell. Oh, you are going to hell. The devil's going to get you. I remember when I first left the cult, I was trying to go to therapy to actually fix my problems. And every time I went to therapy, it was like they was more concerned about me becoming an atheist than actually trying to help me get better. And I'm like, I don't care about religion. Religion is what got me to go. Religion is the reason I'm in this predicament. I wanted to know what the fuck happened to me. What kind of brain mind control trick that was put on me to follow some shit like this? And I had therapists trying to invite me to church. People kept trying to invite me. You need to come on back to Christianity and come on back to being. I'm like, no. And every time I rejected it, people kept using fear. I left Straightway Truth Ministries about 3 years ago, going on 4 years. And I'm alive. I am healthy. Everything in my life has gotten better. I left religion. It's been like, since I left the Bible as a whole, it's been like 2.5, almost 2 years now. About 1.5 years. I am happy. I am healthy. God ain't came back and killed me. And if I did die, it's natural causes. They know, oh, you left the Bible, so this happened to you. And when you take your power back and you think for yourself and you become free, people is going to try to put your ass back in the box, and you have to protect yourself. Your own family will try to do shit to you. Your own family won't accept your journey. So when you are healing and you left a cult and you doing this, set clear fucking boundaries. And you have to be brave and fearless. I was scared. This is the first time on any of my videos I actually mentioned my cult name and showed the cult I was with. There was fear there. But I said, you know what? I can't keep allowing myself to be afraid. I have to put this out there. There is life outside of Straightway Truth Ministries. You can grow and prosper. Just because you was a part of a cult and all that type of shit, don't let that become who you are. Use that pain you went through to become a better person, and don't let them fear you into going back. And last, number 7, you will be tempted to go back. What do I mean by that? When you are healing from a cult, this is one of the most difficult things that you will ever experience in your life, because a lot of people have not healed from that. A lot of people, they really didn't heal. And it's a lot of people are not trained to deal with this kind of issue. Like, I was trying to get help to deal with this. I was looking for therapists. And at that time, I was homeless. I didn't have enough money. So I did find people that was qualified, but guess what? You got to pay out of pocket. You got to pay thousands. You got to pay hundreds per session. So now, if you don't have the money to actually help your guy, to actually get help from men in the cult, you basically fucked. Then I went to some of these channels on Facebook, and a lot of them don't even help because all the content is based off us against them. Atheists against Christianity. I even tried to be a part of a group of people that left the cult I was with, the straightway. Like, there's people that left straightway cult. They all fellowship together. But I started realizing that I didn't want to be a part of religion. So when I left that place, I had nobody to actually turn to as an atheist. Like, I didn't have nobody I can talk to. Everybody that left that cult, they stayed in a religion. So I'm by my damn self. And I ain't gonna lie to you. That was lonely. And I had times like, shit, I should just go ahead, go back and just... But you will be tempted to go back, or you'll mess around and join another cult. Because this process is painful. And healing from a cult, that shit take years. It's a process to it. So give yourself time and don't go back. This channel right here, this is if you just left religion, you just left a cult, this is a safe space for you guys. You guys can come here. I'm not pushing no agenda on you. The only agenda that I'm pushing on you, I want you to go from being a cult member to having an unadoctrinated mind. That's what I created the channel. I want you to go from being brainwashed and indoctrinated to living an unindoctrinated life and living the life of your fucking dreams. Some of y'all was in that cult, y'all life, y'all dreams, y'all aspiration was stolen from you guys. That's the only agenda I got is for you to go, hey, leave that shit behind, rebuild yourself from scratch, and go back and reclaim everything you got. That's all I got for y'all. This is a very long video. And watch this in bunches. I hope that I said something that gave you guys clarity. That's been my journey. And watch this video so you can get it. I'm going to leave my email in the description so you can converse with me. That's all I got. Comment, like, subscribe. I'm done.